Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Cassidy Jasperson, senior wrestler from League City, Texas, who picked up her 5th All-American nod. And Cassidy, you wrapped up your career with a 3rd place finish at the NAIA Invitational. What did you think about your individual performance and also contributing to the team finishing runner-up?
I mean, obviously I want to be a national champ. Everybody wants to be a national champ. I felt really good. It was my last tournament and I kind of told myself, you know, this is it. Let's go out there and let's have fun. And it was the first NAIA national tournament, which is cool in itself to be part of that. Before
that, a 4th place finish for you at the WCWA Championships. How did you assess your performance in that event?
I felt good about it. I didn't wrestle as loosely as I would have wanted, and that's why when I came back for the NAIA, I said, I'm a senior, this is it. Let's loosen up, let's have a little more fun, and I performed better in turn. But still, I think had a decent mindset, but definitely coming back in NAIA felt like my mindset was better.
This was your 4th year of competition after sitting out last year. How did you spend last season not actually competing on the mat?
Well, I was student teaching, so I was running around chasing kids for my cardio most of the day, but I definitely came in for some evening practices and stayed, you know, doing my technique, practicing my technique, staying in decent shape, and I still competed at a couple open tournaments, but it was nice taking it easy, relaxing a little bit, because when you're traveling and cutting weight and whatnot, it does take a toll on your body quite a bit.
What was it that brought you to OCU?
Oh, the wrestling. I was actually in Las Vegas competing at the Senior Open in high school, and Archie Randall, the former coach, saw me. I competed against one of his girls, and it was just an ugly, tough match. I mean, points were going back and forth, and it was just a really fun match. And right afterwards, he's like, come tour. And at that point, you know, I was kind of thinking about college, where I wanted to go, but I was still unsure. I wasn't really familiar with a lot of colleges, and as soon as I stepped on campus, I mean, instant love, and ever since then, just love it more and more.
What will be some of your favorite memories as you look back on your years here at OCU?
Definitely the relationships by far that I've made. I mean, you just meet the best people here, people that come from all different backgrounds or in all different majors, which span like so wide here. I mean, some of my best friends are theater majors and musical instrumental majors that I have no commonalities with, but we get along so well, and it's nice learning from them. And
what was it that got you into wrestling in the first place?
That's actually a funny story. I've lived in East Texas where there's no wrestling, no men's or women's wrestling. And my mom was going to move down to Houston, Texas. And my dad said, I don't want you moving down there. I said, Dad, I want to move down there. You know, it's a city. We won't be out in the country. He goes, okay, you can move down there as long as you try out for the wrestling team, because I know there's going to be one. I was like, okay. First practice, I was like, yep, I like it. And my dad was a wrestler, so that's really why he wanted me to have that opportunity.
So you mentioned being a student teacher last year, so obviously that is your course of study there in elementary education. What was it that got you into that?
It's funny, when I came here, I was actually a biology major because that's what my dad did, and I just always loved it, and I couldn't really figure out what I wanted, and I always knew I wanted to be a teacher. My dad was a professor, he was a teacher. I have a lot of teachers in my family, but it's almost that rebellious side that you're like, I don't want to do what the rest of my family did, and then it just got to the point where I was like, I want to be a teacher. Why am I fighting this? I want to be a coach, I want to be a teacher, let's do this.
So, how does that translate into what you're going to be doing now that you're going to be moving on, graduating from OCU? Tell us about what's coming up next for you.
Well, I just got hired as the first girls varsity wrestling coach in Oklahoma, which it's just such an honor to be able to be the first person to provide girls this opportunity. So it will be in Broken Arrow. I'll be moving up there soon, starting a brand new program. And I mean, there's so many girls in Oklahoma, Tulsa specifically, that have to wrestle boys. They don't have a program of their own. They don't have a coach of their own for a girls division. And there are parents that bring their girls from Tulsa down here to our OCU OKRTC on school nights just so they can wrestle other girls, so they can see these college female wrestlers and look up to them. I mean, that's a lot of dedication that these parents are, and investment that they're putting into their girls. So I think it's being received very well. There's so much support there. So I am stoked.
All right, that's Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Cassidy Jasperson. You can follow the stars on OCUsports.com.
What I've learned the most from golf is to have integrity in everything you say and do.
One of the biggest lessons of that sports impacts my daily life is discipline.
Be a champion of character, it just means to realize first that you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Being a part of NAIA is something that I'm going to keep with me forever because it's not only made me a better athlete, but it's made me a better person.
The NAIA really just cares about their student athletes and just the experience in general at the school, and I think that that's really important.
The NAIA stands for, has great core values. One that's most important to me is servant leadership. Being able to serve your community is a huge reason why I chose the NAIA.
I am a champion of character.
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 Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to golf coach Andy Crabtree. He's recently been hired to oversee the men's program and coach your teams coming off the Battle of the Prim. Pretty stacked field in that event. How did you assess your team's performance?
Yeah, Battle of the Prim was in Las Vegas. It was the best field we've seen all spring. I would say it was a good benchmark for our team to see where we're at. We came up a little bit short, and the guys were disappointed to finish second. But looking at the big picture, I think that that's going to give us an idea of the things we need to fix and the things we need to work on. I've seen the team really motivated to go after those things and to make sure that they're the most prepared team come May when it comes for the national championship, that they're prepared to get the job done.
You're pretty new on the job. What can you say about the group of guys that you've inherited? Well,
they're the #1 ranked team when I inherited them, and they're a great group of guys. A lot of fun, great camaraderie. They work hard, and I'm very, very impressed so far. Ty Stites was the top finisher for the men's team in the Battle of the Prim. What can you say about his individual performance? Yeah, Ty was the #5 bag coming into the tournament. So for him to lead the team and get a second place finish was great. Looking at his performance this spring, he struggled a little bit, making the adjustment to Oklahoma City University and coming in and trying to find his game. He's worked on his swing a little bit. And but now I think after this tournament, I see his confidence building, and he can see that he can win college golf tournaments. He's been in the mix now, and it's going to make him better as a player. You've had quite a few stops along your coaching career. What have been some of the highlights along the way? I started my coaching career at the University of Tulsa in 2007. I was there for 4 years as assistant men's golf coach, and then I went to Texas A&M, and I was there for a couple years. I coached women's golf at Texas A&M. Headed to the East Coast to Old Dominion University and built a program there that won their first conference championship, went on to the NCAAs for the very first time. Then made a stop in UNLV at Las Vegas before coming here to Oklahoma City University. So what was it that brought you here to OCU? Coming back to Oklahoma, this is where I grew up. This is where I'm from. I graduated from Bixby High School, lived on the 14th hole at Indian Springs Country Club. And so to be back in Oklahoma is a real treat for me. It's something I've looked forward to for a long time. And coming to Oklahoma City University, the opportunity to win a national championship is very appealing to me. What kinds of things have shaped your coaching philosophy over the years? I think it's all about the student athlete and their experience, challenging them in athletics, challenging them in the classroom, and helping them to grow and become a better person. What kinds of things do you look for in a prospective student athlete? 3 things. The #1 is grades. I'm really big on that. I like, we say student athlete, and the student comes first and then the athlete part. So grades are very important to me. We look for their golf game. When I'm watching someone play, I think about what's this player going to do in the national championship? How are they going to perform under the pressure? And then finally, I'm looking for someone who's a great teammate. What are some things about OCU that you've observed that make it a unique place? Oh, it's a beautiful campus here, and they offer a wonderful education. But for a student athlete, It's a very unique opportunity to be a part of such a winning culture and a winning athletic department as a whole. You come here as a student athlete, you're going to be surrounded by other student athletes who are winners and great coaches as well.
All right, that's men's golf coach Andy Crabtree. You can follow the Stars on OCUsports.com.